Alrighty. So tonight I want to talk about if Charlie Kirk assassination was a psyop. Um, I have watched like a video like yesterday, but it was like a 46-minute video from a YouTuber that go by Didi Got a Podcast. He posted like a video on Patreon that the Charlie Kirk assassination was fake and that there was no there was no blood on the floor when he was carried out to the SUV, um, to the SUV vehicle. So I will show. Okay.
This is one of those type of videos where you're either going to gain a lot of subscribers or you're going to lose a lot of subscribers. And I guess we're going to find out together by the end of this video what the outcome will look like for me. We spent quite a bit of time talking about Mr. Charlie Kirk, but we spent very little time talking about the person who is now the CEO of his company, Turning Point USA, Miss Erica Kirk. And I must tell you, it's very early where I am, but I couldn't wait to record this video because I found some very interesting information about Erica Kirk, and
I will speed up. I won't play the whole thing. So
I can almost guarantee you by the end of this video, you will find out several things about Erica Kirk that you will not only find interesting, but I guarantee you that you've never heard before. Some of this stuff you've probably heard. A lot of it I can guarantee you have not. And it's videos like this that will further support the claim that a lot of these people, in my opinion, are placed in front of us. We think that they're regular, everyday people, come from good families, work hard to get to where they are, but these people are playing roles, in my opinion. And yes, we've already covered the fact that she was wearing a Freemason ring during her video where she was supposedly or allegedly rubbing the hands of Charlie Kirk in the casket, which I do not believe that that was Charlie Kirk. Yes, we've already discussed her very odd and unusual behavior during her tribute video and also during the memorial service. I found her behavior to be very odd, which by the way, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to go to her video and I wanted to see a woman that was grieving and I was gonna feel really bad and I hated that she had to go through this. But I went to the video and that's not what I found. It was very odd. I'm not going to ignore my intuition and my human instincts, and everything's telling me that that woman is acting. And it turns out that I'm not the only person that believes that, as many other women and mothers who and widows, and not only that, but white widows. If you all, for those of you who want to say that it's a cultural disconnect, there are many other white widows that also have watched this video that I have later found out that all feel the same thing. Her behavior was odd, but I digress. We've already discussed Donald Trump's odd behavior.
okay, I'm just gonna try to speed up to the point.
Discuss what actually happens to start doing it. So the story is something that takes many on this was more of a an opportunity myself. Story. And then they will run into each other again and acquainted. But by encourage people to get married, have children, build a legacy, you're gonna not show what your children look like. And it's very, very orchestrated because that matters. Because you have some people who are going as far to say that they believe that this Erica Kirk and this Charlie Kirk relationship was completely arranged and that they probably weren't together like the public thought that they were. Many, much like how a lot of celebrity relationships are arranged to make power couples, to bring in more fans, more attention, a better dynamic. Because whenever you have a spouse, it just looks better. Sort of how that works in the industry, in the music industry or in Hollywood. What makes it any different here? I went to Erica Kirk's Instagram, and just about everywhere I went to look, it's very difficult to find any photo, not only of their children, whether they're in interviews, whether they're out to eat, whether they're at the zoo, whether they're walking in the park, they always have their children's face hidden. But it's also very difficult to find any pictures of Erica Kirk pregnant. Even though it's easy to fake pregnancies, it was very difficult to find that. Now, for those of you who want to be devil's advocate, you're going to say, well, I mean, a lot of parents do that, right? Like I know for a fact, J. Cole, the rapper J. Cole, it's very difficult to find his children anywhere on the internet as well, right? But I think you can find one or two photos of what they look like. It's because he wants to keep his children out of the spotlight. He don't want to ever use it. He's talked about this in his music over the years. He does not want his children to be used to gain attention or sympathy or more fans. He wants people to like him for his music or dislike him for his music. He don't want to use his family for that reason. Are you all going to make that same argument for a person like Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk, who encourage people to get married, have children, build a legacy? You're going to not show what your children look like? And it's very, very orchestrated. In every video and photo, they go out their way to make sure that their children's faces is completely turned. They'll cut the video short before their child's face is shown. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. Now, for those of you who want to say, all right, Didi, what's your point? What are you getting at? Well, I don't fully know what I'm getting at outside of the fact that once again, there are many more red flags when it comes to this situation. Things aren't adding up, and there's a certain picture that's being painted here. And the more and more we investigate, it's becoming more and more obvious to me that these people that are placed in front of us are not who we think, even though we want to believe that so badly. They're just not, right? So at the very least, that's what I'm stating, right? Will I go as far to say that this relationship was arranged? I'm open to believing that. I'm also open to believing that this assassination may have not been an assassination, right? I'm not going to full out come on and just say that as of yet, but I'll include the video that's convinced me that Charlie Kirk may have even been in on it. I'll include that version on Patreon because, of course, for obvious reasons, I can't include that on.
Yeah, yeah. I'm already in this Patreon, so I was able to access it. So
So I'm not saying that Candace Owens is one of us, but I then they derail. They take us in that direction, or they about it. People with God-given discernment, even allowed to watch things that are gory like that, nonetheless see them on the internet and spread through social media and been shown through the news prior to the Butler rally, which I also think was either fake or something was very wrong. And now all of a sudden, the mainstream media is jamming this down our throats. It's causing a ton of division. There are people with God given discernment that are sensing that something is wrong with it, knowing what we know about the world stage. And then there are others who are quick to blindly follow anything that calls itself Christianity. We are just at the beginning of the deceptions. If you can't stop and take a second to analyze something or pray on it or ask God about it, you need to slow down. I'm just going to be honest because you're going to be in trouble if you don't ask God about these things. This is just the beginning. I'm not going to show the things that have gone viral that are weird about easy as they married to a high level Jesuit. I mean, really think about it. If you watch her episodes, she's having like people that are supposedly and what and she captures
okay, no, I'm just gonna skip
that's
over
in
this.
fact so they go out. On this episode, you might be a dump. This is my rifle. It takes two different tools to take it. Why is it so specific when they do care? If you read the book, The Art of War, we are basically living that out, and most people are falling into it 110%. Because what's happening is they're basically neutralizing their opponent very effectively because of the lack of discernment. A lot of Christians mix their faith with politics. People yell at me for talking about it, but I'm trying to pull people out of the fire. Politics are not real. People are attaching their faith and their worlds. Make sure I have everything and make my way. On this episode, you might be a dump. This is my rifle. It takes two different tools to take it apart. It takes a Torx key and an Allen key. Now, if I take a shot and immediately disassemble this, I have to remove the bolt, remove the magazine, grab my Allen key, hit the two bolts on the bottom, put those away in the Allen key, grab my Torx key, remove the scope, put everything in the backpack, make sure I have everything, and make my way downtown. It's going to take a lot longer for him than it is for me, especially because his fine-tuned motor function, something as simple as grabbing an Allen key to a little bolt, is going to be extremely impaired due to a dump of adrenaline throughout his bloodstream. An extreme elevated heart rate is going to make these fine-tuned skills extremely difficult. I mean, just for him to think and analyze of what needs to be done to disassemble this rifle and get away would be difficult. We're not even going to touch the topic of him assembling the rifle on top of the roof, which if you reassemble a rifle and you take a cold dead shot, it's not going to be 100% accurate. Okay? Or the fact that he disassembled this after taking a shot, which the rifle's going to be hot, and he found no gloves. There's just so many inconsistencies that just makes zero sense. I mean, I'm still working on this, and I have taken this rifle apart 1,000 times. Now he has to put the pieces of the rifle into a backpack. And this is a gigantic backpack. Shout out Wolfpack, best backpacks in the fucking planet. Anyway, as you can see, this barrel broken down does not fit in this backpack. And this is a big boy, way bigger than the one that he was carrying. Okay, I put the rifle stock in here, and guess what? It doesn't fit. It sticks out. Now let's just say, for sake of argument, that he put these in his pant leg and he's walking. These are still so long broken down that he would not be able to walk straight. He wouldn't be able to bend his legs. Doesn't make sense.
I mean, it makes a good point. I mean, this rifle would not be able to fit in a backpack. Yeah. And then when he was like running in the building, running on top of the building, he it looks like he didn't have a rifle with him. And the thing I find hard is the Republicans, they're already calling for the death penalty. So it's not like they want him to go to trial and innocent until proven guilty. So he makes some good points.
Love you, Charlie. Here, this is the rest of them right there. You're good. Hi, everyone. I'm going to play this and pause the point where you can see clearly, once again, this is a necklace and not some bulletproof vest. Let's take a look. Back this up here just a tad, and you're going to see, move this around, move this forward. Clearly, this is a necklace, not a bulletproof vest. People are arguing that Charlie Kirk's assassination might be fake. He leans over and you can see that there's something right there in his shirt, something dark. And then as the video goes on, the mom went in there to help her and noticed he had vomited up some kind of black material that really looked almost bloody. He begins bleeding from that exact area. You see the t-shirt, do the air thing? Look where the blood comes from, out of the t-shirt. You see that? Out of the t-shirt. You can see it happen. He popped the squib, bro. He did. He popped the squib. Holy, they got me at first. Yeah, it looks fake as.
I worked in Jacksonville from 85 through 88, and we averaged about a gunshot wound every day. So it would leave you 3 or 4 days during the week to have nobody shot, and then the weekends would make up for it. There'd be like 3 or 4 gunshots that come in, and we would go get them in the helicopter. Now I did see the kind of bleeding that goes on with gunshot wounds, and this one with Charlie. Now remember, now this blood that is supposedly coming out, this blood is cleaned up, it's oxygenized, and it's headed for the brain. Now in the brain, there's all kinds of capillaries, and the blood goes down to one molecule, okay, one cell, okay. Then it goes in and makes a change of oxygen to carbon dioxide. Then it comes out blue blood and heads back to the heart and lungs. It's about as thin, and it's prepared for these capillaries in the brain to make the swap. Okay. Now this is I mean, this blood has to be at its best. Okay. It has to be thin, fit through one cell at a time, and or you got problems. It's called a stroke. I want to show you what I found as far as how did this happen to Charlie?
Two bullets lodged in his chest, but he stood still, expressionless. This is not a story about a man who is bulletproof. This is the magic of cinema. With a special tool filled with red liquid and remote-controlled mini explosives, the effects of blood and gunshot wounds are made to look real.
Counting gang violence. Great.
Okay, if you didn't see it or it doesn't make sense to you,
Yeah, but the thing is, the sniper put the bullet where he wanted to put it, which was in the neck. So,
what I'm getting at is this blood that has been prepared by your body for your brain to go in through those capillaries. It would be a death sentence to have that blood in chunks, and that's what it is here. Is it's coming out in chunks like it's already coagulated. I would say that the guy's already dead over a day. Okay, because blood doesn't come out in chunks. It squirts out, possibly, arterial blood especially, but it doesn't do that. It doesn't come out in chunks. This is definitely some trickery going on, and this looks exactly like it does in the movies when they need somebody shot in the chest. Okay, and I hate to burst your bubble, because I had the same reaction. I wanted to kill somebody when I first saw it. I mean, Charlie Kirk, I don't really care for the guy as much, but nobody deserves to be shot like that. But now, this blood coming out in chunks, I ain't buying it. Nah, that's blood that's been bagged up and is ready for a show.
Safety team is here. I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit. What the security detail just said. Which one, sir?
Now, here's the aspect of Charlie Kirk being hauled away. There's no blood hitting the concrete. There's no blood on any of these individuals, as I'll show later. Again, there's a person filming up here. You'll notice a female standing here like a statue, also part of this filming, which I'll show a bit later as well. You get a better vantage point of her later on. And it's hard to see, but she's right there filming. There's a cop. Again, all these people in play here. Let's back up. Once again, we'll swing around here. I can get that right position of that person. Maybe they're over here more as the camera swings around. There's the cop in play. And again, I'm going to get to that person up here. Position there to film all this. Now, this is an aspect I haven't shown from this angle yet. Again, I was pointing from this direction up this little hill, this area where this person is stationed. You can see that other goon over here in the corner positioned for this event. Make no mistake about it. He was there ready to capture the footage. Again, I'm going to point out another female here standing like a statue to film it all as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point because there's no blood. There's no blood on their shoes. And all the security agent all still wear glasses, and no one appeared to be bleeding. So this is what the point he's making as the video progressed.
This is a 100% production. Anybody that can't see it, they're completely blind. Let's move this forward here. I'm going to play the video, then I'll play it in slow motion. Let's get right to it, playing the actual video. Now, really important to mention here, as I play in slow motion, this is panned out, it's going to pan in a bit. But you see Charlie Kirk being hauled away, and nobody's like has a towel or shirt covering his neck, nothing of the sort. There's no blood on these individuals, no blood pouring on the ground like we saw pouring out. That's because the blood pack was fully empty. And that's why you don't see any more blood dripping. It's just on his shirt. This gets the aspect as well, many aspects, as far as the so-called bulletproof vest that many claim he was wearing. There is none. Okay, let's move this forward here a bit. Now look at this woman here standing like a statue with a cell phone, filming only in this direction. They don't want to get a close-up of Charlie Kirk at all. She's told to stay in this direction. You're going to see a female run through here, put her hand in front of her mouth, and tell her something like, hey, let's get out of here. Let's go. We've done our job. It's time to move forward. But here you see the female moving here. Now watch what she does here as you see Charlie Kirk. I'm going to get a better vantage point, a close-up of this. But first off, I want to show this female passing by this woman. And why wouldn't she film here? Why isn't she filming Charlie Kirk? She's filming this direction. Again, they don't want to get a close-up of what's really happening. And that's the point of filming only in this direction. Make no mistake about it. This person is here to only film in this direction. I'll get a little bit of a close-up later. Let's zoom in here. Now watch this female cover her mouth and tells her something. Hey, okay, let's go. And there she goes. They both take off. Okay, these are all these people are part of the production. Let's play that again. As the woman comes over and swings over, as she's only filming this way, to really emphasize these points. There she goes. She puts her hand over her mouth. Hey, let's get out of here. It's time to go. Let's go. And she goes. This is more of a close-up. We're going to get more and more close-ups as we move forward. Really important to point out every aspect and really seal the deal with this fake, phony show. Again, there's the guy, the goon up here filming. Hired help. Just like the person filming here is hired help. Now look at here. You get more of a close-up, but you're gonna see this is Charlie Kirk, and he doesn't have a bulletproof vest as the shirt is pulled up. You do see fake blood on the white shirt, but nothing's pouring, no blood on any of these individuals that are carrying them.
Yeah, I'm believing he's still alive. Okay. Now these Freemasons, Charlie, he's a Freemason. These guys have a habit of staging their own deaths. They do it all the time, constantly. And then they reappear as somebody else. Okay. And don't even get started on that, because that rabbit hole will take you months to get down and figure out who's all who. And it would be worth your investigation, but it does take a long time. Anyway, here we are. Charlie's, has a good reason to false flag. Okay, very good reason. Well, the number one reason is that he's a Freemason, and that's who does the false flags, most of them. And all this is a show after a reaction, and you know there was people on the scene. Of course, there always is, that makes the noises. Oh, to help us with our anger and fear and anger. That's what they want. So, and that everything, all the ingredients are there to be a false flag. Okay, very good one though. And Charlie's a good actor. All right, and I'm glad that he's still alive. And whoever he turns out to be, we'll find out.
Okay. And then what other people are pointing out about the rally? A lot of people are pointing out that it was more like a political rally because there was Trump, there was Tucker Carlson, um, and there was JD Vance, RFK Jr. There was not really his parents or siblings talking, and it was more like a political speech. That's what people on the left are saying, as opposed to an actual funeral. So this is who I got it from. DD got a podcast. That's what his channel is. And he said, mark my word, that the entire Charlie, that Kenneth Swen, who's also investigating the Charlie Kirk assassination, that she will come to the conclusion that Charlie Kirk thing was a hoax, that there's a chance that Charlie Kirk is still alive, that Charlie Kirk is still alive, or was shoot with an entirely different caliber than reported. And then there's other YouTuber who I've watched who've spoken about it, and Mr. Let Go.
The same day. All three of them.
And he pointed out in one of
Know
his
me,
videos.
I am Mr. Let Go. They made
He made videos about
They made
if it was a setup. There was like a part of his live streamer video. He said something that the Secret Service intentionally pushed him into the ground and so forth. So this is an interesting conspiracy theories that he might be a Freemason, still be alive, and appearing in someone as someone else. Me, I don't know what to say. I don't know what's real or what's fake. Okay, that's all I gotta say.